I know Arsenal fans might be really down in spirits, not high in spirits after this result of a draw between them and Newcastle, but it really goes down to the level at which this game of football was handled, the referee, and very many other aspects. But the most important aspect as to why Arsenal drew this game is because they lacked a force to come out and take this game to the next level, especially off the bench. I believe if Arsenal had Emily Smith-Rowe fully fit onto the bench, he would have come on through. Nketiah would have been taken off. Martinelli leads the line, and obviously he goes ahead to play onto the left attacking side of the midfield. With the directness of Emily Smith-Rowe, he comes in through and really blusters that attack of Arsenal. That's it. 100%. He comes in and changes that game, but he's not fully fit, fully match fit. But he might show up in the game of Arsenal when they are playing Tottenham Hotspur away at the new White Lane Stadium. Welcome to Rokani Media Football. Arsenal has gone ahead to draw against Newcastle. They got some 2-3 chances in the second half that they could have buried home, but obviously it never really went all that. But kudos and respect to Newcastle. They've really put up a battle and a fight against Arsenal. Though the goalkeeper, Nick Pope, really did a very good job onto that ball of Nketiah. He closed him down very well. He went in for a full stretch, spreading himself to really use his foot to deny him that one goal, a chance created to him by Odegaard into the 87th minute. Arsenal would have taken a lead into that. But I believe after playing 17 games, 2 draws, 1 loss, and winning 14 games, that's not a bad output for Arsenal. That's it. And it comes in at a very good time for Arsenal to go on and do a check-up, a reality check. That's it. Because the cold harsh fact is Arsenal needs 3 players in the January transfer window if they are to go out and really stretch in for the title. Because you need a Tielemans, you need a Modric, you need a player called João Felix or a centre forward to come and lead the line for Arsenal. Because it's not all the time that it's going to be Jesus to get you off the grip. But I believe if at all Jesus was in this game of football, he would have given Arsenal a different to be sold together. However much Nketiah is trying to improve onto his mobility, but I believe he's really lucky. So let's get into the player ratings from the players that really play the game of football. I think there are 12 because they brought on 1 player. That is Tomiyasu for Ben White. It shows you how Arsenal lack depth onto the bench. And we are going to rate the manager and see how the game of football really went in through. Aaron Ramsdale almost had nothing to do, but had costed Arsenal a game. Around the 60th minute, there is a pass that really did. It was sloppy. It fell onto a Newcastle player, but the Newcastle player failed to compose himself to see to it that he really buries that ball in the back of the net, and he obviously apologized to his fellow players, but obviously he would have costed Arsenal a game. I'm giving him a 6 out of 10. That is what I'm giving Aaron Ramsdale. I don't know what your rating is for Ramsdale, but I'm giving him a 6 out of 10. Then we go to the right back, Ben White, solid at the back. Some moments of going forward, 6.5 out of 10 for me for Ben White. Not all that flowing as he used to flow because it was really a very hard game for them to maintain, but he really played very well. But he's being solid, and his composure and comfortability on the ball is really something great that really makes him outstanding in that right back position of Arsenal. He's getting a 6.5 from me. Zinchenko, one of the players I saw really playing the maturity game of football as far as Arsenal is concerned. The way he cuts inside in the half spaces and passes that ball. Guys, when did you last see Zinchenko put out a blind pass? This guy rarely puts out a blind pass in that Arsenal side. That's why you see to it that every time Arsenal is attacking, he cuts inside, either in the central midfield or the half space on the left, to see to it that he creates space for Martinelli and obviously passes that ball. He's really great. I saw him finding out openings near the 18 yards box area of Newcastle in the second half. He was all over them. He gave a ball to Xhaka. Xhaka did a late turn. He found out Martinelli on several occasions. So this guy is really great, and I'm giving him a 7 out of 10. However much Arsenal have drawn, but this one has been one of the kind. He's getting a 7 out of 10 from me. That is Zinchenko. We go to Gabriel Magalhaes. He had one of the chances. to really put Arsenal ahead. I think, was it the first half? I think it was the first half. I think it was the second half. A very good delivery from a set piece laid in by Odegaard. He played very well. He was watertight. He did very well today and kept a clean sheet for Arsenal, because any defender, your goodness depends on keeping a clean sheet. That's it. So Arsenal have kept a second clean sheet at Emirates. Remember, the first clean sheet they kept was against Nottingham. The rest of the games, they've been winning them, but they've not been keeping clean sheets. This one, it's a draw, and they kept a clean sheet. The defenders have done their job. I'm giving him a 7 out of 10. Saliba William, returning almost to where he left us from before the World Cup break, defending very well. I never saw him being sloppy. Remember, in the previous 2 games of Arsenal they played, he costed Arsenal 2 goals. In the game against West Ham, he costed them a goal. Even in the game of Brighton, they played on the weekend, he costed them a goal. So this time around, he was not sloppy. He was really good, solid, comfortable, and obviously composed in that central defense. I'm giving him a 6.5 out of 10. Let's go to Thomas Partey. This was one of the biggest battles that I was really eagerly waiting to go on and watch. But obviously, Thomas Partey went over to win this game of football. He won it. He won this battle up. He won this battle over Bruno Guimaraes, because time reached when Newcastle couldn't even make a pass through the central axis area of Arsenal. Any attacker they wanted to launch, they had to use the wide areas, but Zinchenko and Ben White had really closed there very well, and obviously they couldn't really penetrate. So I'm giving Thomas Partey a 7.5 out of 10. Let's go to Granit Xhaka. I believe he had a good chance to really level this game. Sorry to put Arsenal ahead in the first half. Martinelli released him through, but he went in for a sliding effort that went in the back of the net. Not all that the Xhaka that really started off the season on a high. I believe there is a drop-off, but I know he's really going to go on and really find himself to the level supposed to be. That's why I call in for Arsenal to bring in Tielemans. In that game of football, Xhaka needed to get off and get in a Tielemans. And the Tielemans comes in through and totally changes everything, because he is an attack-minded player. You get, and defensively, he's really good. You know, there are games when you need players like Tielemans, Odegaard, around your forwards, because their brains on the ball are really huge. But Arsenal have only one brain in that midfield. That is Odegaard. And sometimes he's over-incapacitated, you see, with the load of work to see to it that he really releases every player. He needs someone else to interchange those passes with. That's it. So, that is a player called Xhaka. 6 out of 10 for me. I don't know what rating I'm going to give him, but I'm giving him a 6 out of 10. Let's go to a player known as Martin Odegaard. To me, he has been the best player on the pitch of Arsenal today. He did everything possible. He brought in set pieces. He released Nketiah. He created the best chance of the game for Arsenal in the second half. Nketiah was denied by Bishop, the goalkeeper. Is it Nick Pope, the goalkeeper of Newcastle? He denied him that chance, and obviously he never really converted. But Odegaard was everywhere. He was running, and I come out and call out the referee for the yellow card he gave him. You cannot give a yellow card to a person like that. You see, this is a game of high levels of adrenaline. You cannot just start out to dish out 5 yellow cards in the first half. This is what showed me that the game was out of his control. 5 yellow cards in the first half, a game of that level. Total out of control. But Odegaard really did very well. He had everything to do that was required for. But obviously, when you're not going to score a goal, when a day is not for scoring goals, it's really a day of not scoring goals. So I'm giving Odegaard an 8 out of 10 for me. Let's go to Bukayo Saka. I think he had a fair game. You know, fans and subscribers of this channel will always say that I have an agenda on Bukayo Saka. But to me, if Bukayo Saka is hailed as he's hailed always, these are games of football. He's supposed to come out and really decide. If they say he's the best player in his age bracket, under 21 best player in the world, he's supposed to come out and really prove to us that he's the best winger in such games. These are games that made the likes of Kylian Mbappe. That's it. These are the games that made Ronaldo. Games that made Messi what they are, because they came out and decided such games. But I've seen someone in the comment section reacting to my reaction that Bukayo Saka had 3 players put on him to mark him. Messi had like 4 on him, but he could find space. You get? You know, Bukayo Saka is not a player who is good at expressing himself in tight spaces. He needs space to go on and operate. That's it. He doesn't operate better in tight spaces. So I think Mikel Arteta knows that very well. That's why he was going in for this guy, Rafinha. You get? You need a player to up that intensity. And I think for all Modric was onto the bench of Arsenal, I believe Saka or Nketiah would have been taken off, such that Modric shifts onto the left and Nketiah goes to the right. Sorry, not Nketiah, Martinelli. You know, Martinelli was one of the players also that really played well today, but I'm giving Saka a 6 out of 10. That's it. Then I know Arsenal fans are going to come for me on Bukayo Saka, but that's my opinion. You can give your opinion, you get? But I'm giving you the honest opinion. So, the other players, Martinelli, Gabriel, he came in through, he played very well. He was really very busy. He made Kylian Trippier very, very busy onto that right hand side of the pitch. Sorry, the left hand side of the pitch. He was really busy, and he had a chance of the header that really just nearly missed out by a whisker to cross the goal line of Newcastle. But he really put in a very good effort. I'm giving him a 7 out of 10. That is a player known as Martinelli. For Nketiah, I know very many people are going to call out Nketiah, but I cannot call out Nketiah. For any striker, for the previous 2 games, he has been getting chances and scoring them. But how many have you been providing him? This time round, he gets the best chance of Arsenal, created him by Odegaard. He misses out on it, and people are calling him out. This guy, in the last 3 games, he has 2 goals. Why do you call him out? Create more chances for this guy. Create more openings. That's it. Strikers are there to score goals. And how do they score goals? Create them chances. Create them chances. And this time round, I saw him drop deep even in the first half. That sliding effort of Xhaka that went into the side net, that run was initiated, or that attack was initiated by Nketiah. He gets the ball in the half of Arsenal. He makes a half turn. He releases Saka. Saka makes a run diagonally through the pitch, passes into Martinelli. Martinelli does a heavy touch. I think that touch really was really heavy. That's why Xhaka couldn't reach it with his foot and just slid into that effort. So that is it. But Nketiah was drifting left, right, and center, trying to be mobile like Gabriel Jesus, but he couldn't really match those levels. But I believe, to me, he deserves a 6.5 out of 10. He really had everything to do, but there are very many defenders of Newcastle into their defense. There are very many, and that needed players because Odegaard did his job, you could really see himself run, get that ball, go past people. But Saka and Martinelli really didn't do their job very well today. They needed to go on and really reduce those numbers, because what makes you different in this game of football, when the team is parking a bus, you need to show us that you can really sit down players and really unpack that bus. And how do you do that? Submit yourself, do the step overs, take them on, and really sit them down. Either foul you or you go past them. And in both ways, you benefit. But we never saw that being done by these players of Arsenal. So I believe Nketiah 6.5 for me. I don't know what you're going to give him out of 10. Then Tomiyasu comes in through for Ben White, 6 out of 10. Let me go to the manager of Arsenal. To me, he did everything right. He did everything right, because you look at the bench of Arsenal, who would he bring on the bench? Who would he get off the bench to come and save him? Because Newcastle had surrendered that, please, Arsenal, do what you want now. Eddie Howe had decided that in the last 20 minutes, I'm parking the bus. After deciding to park the bus, everything was surrendered to Arsenal. You get? But Arsenal lacked that special player to come out and really cause havoc into that final third. That's it. But they had surrendered. And this is where you call in for like Mokalo Modric. If I told he was here, would have done a very good job. Yao Felix would have helped Arsenal. Emily Smith-Rowe, if at all he was available, he would have come on and really caused havoc a little bit, because he's a direct player. He's a direct player. When he gets that ball, he is really brave enough to go past those players, because he gets that ball and says, all right, it's my turn. And secondly, he does a lot of shots outside the 10 yards box area of the opponent, meaning that he could go in for a surprise shot that finds itself in the back of the net in the dying minutes. So Arsenal really needs support. Mikel Arteta, I'm giving him an 8 out of 10, because he did all what he had to do. A clean sheet was kept. His team never conceded, but the forwards let him down. And what let him down, he would have wanted to really make substitutes, but obviously he never had options off his bench. That's it. So I believe he deserves an 8 out of 10. But the referee, I cannot give him a 4 out of 10. He really officiated this game very badly. It was like he had lost it, and he lost it in the first half by giving out 5 yellow cards. My man of the match, Martin Odegaard. But respect to Newcastle, they played very well. They put up a fight against Arsenal. Arsenal came for them. They resisted and won it. Thank you guys for watching in through. Last video of the day. May the mighty Lord bless you abundantly. Rokani David is my name. Your ratings are welcome in the comment section below, and tell me, who do you think your man of the match was? Arsenal's next fixtures are simple. They are playing Manchester United. They are playing Spurs and Manchester United. But on the weekend, they are playing a game against Oxford in the FA Cup. Good night. I cover you all in the blood of Jesus Christ. I'm out.